Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Autofocus from podcastvideos.com. I'm Dan Kraft.
I'm Brooke Galligan.
She still stumbles occasionally over that last name.
I know, this is not the name I'm used to.
We've changed it so much over the years, professionally speaking.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
So, guess prize for you, Brooke.
Oh, yeah? What is that?
It doesn't want to roll to you.
Is that the electrical tape?
That's the electrical tape.
It's one of my favorite things. I actually need this later.
That's mine.
No, I need it.
That's not the only thing we're going to pull out, though. Because today we're going to talk not necessarily about the technical tools of microphones and cameras and mixers. We're going to talk about just plain tools.
Yeah.
The things you need to keep a studio like ours going.
We've used a lot of tools. I don't have any. I didn't think I would need any. But luckily.
The tools that live in my truck spend a lot of time in the studio.
I do. Yeah. And step stools.
Well, step stools for you.
I need step stools.
We're both sitting down right now, but trust me, there's a difference. So, with apologies to my father, who spent 25 years designing for the competition,
Got it.
the cornerstone of all tools necessary in a studio.
Yes, the measuring tape. I remember when I walked in here, I was like, how big are the rooms? And everyone's like, I don't know. So,
I had to go to my truck.
yeah. I was like, well, but I want to flip these two rooms. That was when I wanted to flip. So we had rooms, and I wanted to switch them, but the setups are so different. One room looked bigger than the other, and so I wanted to see if it was, and it wasn't.
How long are these tables? Will two of them fit in a corner?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How far off the ground are we mounting the camera I'm looking at right now?
Yeah.
The measuring tape is a thing.
Yep. All the time.
But we need other things too.
Yes. All the things.
Let's look in the goodie box. I hope we can get away with this on YouTube because I'm going to pull a knife on you.
Ooh.
The standard utility knife.
I've needed that more than once.
It's been here the whole time.
I know. That is why I hate zip ties. Because you can't just
We'll circle back to that in a minute.
do them.
The standard utility knife, whether you're trying to strip wires, whether you're cutting the insulation to the proper size, a
Zip
good
ties.
utility knife will pay for itself. And they're like $12.
Mm-hmm.
Keep one handy. I don't know if that's even just like for a studio or just general good advice.
It is, yeah.
But this is also a good idea.
Yeah, it helps with all the boxes.
Since you were so adamant about the zip ties, we have that episode. If you haven't seen it yet or if it's not out yet, make sure you catch the zip tie Velcro.
I love Velcro.
Instead. Zip tie man here.
Velcro.
Because if you really have to cut the zip ties, just a simple pair of side cutters. Nothing special. You can pick them up at any hardware store for a couple of bucks. The zip tie. Look.
It's just trash.
It's cut.
Because you have to do it all over again. We changed a lot of stuff. All we do is that's part of innovation is changing it. We're always
Another
innovating.
big part of innovation is the tools out of Dan's truck.
Yes.
What else we got down here?
All this fun stuff. Pliers.
Adjustable pliers.
Mm-hmm.
Because something is always stuck.
Yeah.
Also, if you don't have a hammer, it works. She's needed these more than once, too.
Definitely.
In fact, a couple of times I've even had to go for the big light
Yeah.
strips when this wasn't cutting it. But for a standard basic kit in your podcast studio,
Definitely.
I really feel like this has got applications way beyond podcast
Yep,
studios.
it's your tool, yeah.
This is going to be a general life.
Yes. So when you go out on your own, this is the toolkit you need for survival.
Screwdrivers.
Both, yeah.
Well, both. The two most popular anyway. Phillips head, flathead, also pry bar.
Yeah.
That's the
Also, that's how we mark marks on the black walls.
That's one of like 6 ways we can do it, but yeah. Now, probably the most popular
Yes.
tool. And this time I don't have to apologize to Dad because he gave it to me.
Yeah.
It's the drill.
I use a drill. One.
Yeah, I put that next to the mic on purpose. Now,
We use that a lot.
this thing runs in and out of the truck more often than any of the rest of this.
Mm-hmm.
The tape measure lives here. The rest of this lives with me except when they want it. Yeah, this one's pretty familiar with the office.
Yes, I love that one.
She's not a fan of the charger. It's too loud.
It is very loud.
But here's
Can't
the
think.
important thing. Get yourself a decent drill. But know that when you go to use it, the tip you have in the drill, much like the screwdriver you have available, will never be the right one. So in addition to the drill, go ahead and get yourself a decent set of tips,
Yeah.
Torx, squares, Phillips,
All of them.
all of them.
You never know.
Because whichever one you need will be the one you don't have.
Yeah, it'll be the last one you find.
And it makes the drill pretty much worthless otherwise.
Yep.
Good deal. What else we got?
I don't know. You're like Santa Claus.
Really am. This one pop because it's bright orange. It's just a tiny little level.
Yeah, that's too small.
Actually, it works pretty well for
No, it does. Yeah.
Several things. When we tried to level out the sound panels, the TV, more things need leveling in this office than you would imagine. I think I actually got this free with like a couch or something.
Yeah.
It came in the package. You can buy one at any hardware store for just a couple
Is this
of
table
bucks.
level?
Well,
Look at that. Yeah.
it says it is, but you know what? Let's double check. This one happens to be bright orange too. I'm so proud of my color choices today.
Yes. This was the one I like to use.
Well, now we're on 3 different tables.
So
As
it's
you can tell,
definitely not level.
not so bright orange that it's led an easy life, but occasionally this doesn't cut it. This literally is almost as wide as the bed of my truck, so it doesn't live here in the office.
Yeah.
They don't request this one as much as I would have thought. This one actually has a twin that lives here in the office next to the tape measure.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
So,
I like this one better though. I should really.
I mean, that's not all the tools I've ever dragged in here.
Oh no.
As a matter of fact, I had to use my floor jack today, but that wasn't for the studio really. That was just
Yeah.
to change Coco's tire.
Yeah. And we almost broke out the Carhartts because it was really cold.
Back. We've used plenty more than this, even just in this studio, not counting the build, which we had a lot more in here, which
Yeah,
we
that's
were
right.
actually building up. This is just to keep it running and
Innovating, changing everything, flipping the studios. Yeah.
But that's a pretty good base for what we would use. Now,
Yeah.
occasionally, if I'm not here, Bob has a drill too. But he has to remember to bring it. We do keep a screwdriver or two around here. Nobody can ever find them.
I don't know where
when we
they
need
are.
them.
Yeah.
But that
And the scissors.
is that is the basis of the very minimum you would need to keep a podcast studio running.
Just life running.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're going out on your own, this is your starter kit. Life starter kit.
I mean, there's even there's a smaller version of this if you really don't have the space for the 4-footer. But there you go. Basic knife, cutter, cables, lots of bits for the drill, screwdrivers galore, and you too can keep a podcast studio up and running.
Yeah, you can keep innovating.
Anyway, so since we've said basically nothing about podcasts, we should probably wrap this episode up and go back to some podcasting stuff for the next one, right?
That sounds like a great idea.
Okay, your basic tool set, everybody. Autofocus, 2-speed drill. That's Brooke Galligan. I'm Dan Kraft. This has been Autofocus.
See you later.
Thanks.
Bye.